I am Slick Nick, your personal Sigma mentor. Now, I received a question in the comment section that's worth making a video about, and I love comments like this as it relates to the whole concept of masculine frame. The question being asked was this: do you think that an emotional statement is feminine? If therefore implying that loss of control is exposed through emotion. That is such an intelligent question, and I feel honored to be able to answer this question. So again, do I think that an emotional statement is also feminine, and that ultimately loss of control is exposed through emotion? So ultimately, we're looking at emotion. Does that mean that you're more feminine because of emotion? Perfect question, because I will immediately tell you, and I have said before, that it's about controlling your emotions. It doesn't mean that you don't show emotions or you don't have emotions. It's that you're in controlling them in the same way that you're controlling the 7 deadly sins. You're controlling them. You're not immune to them, you're controlling them. So, as we look at this concept of an emotional statement, well, okay, so here's something I do. Being someone who's in control of my emotions, when I carry on conversation with people, whether it's a man or a female, male or female, here's how I typically have a conversation. I say, based on my experience or my research, here's what I would suggest is the best option. But how do you feel about that? And what you're also seeing in that is, I made a video how I believe in first, the default as a masculine man should be Sigma, detached, third party, neutral. Then Alpha, being leader, and then Beta, follower, more of a helper mentality. Soft, not in a bad way, but like, whereas masculine would be hard energy, Beta's more easygoing and soft. That's what I mean. I don't mean it in a bad way. So what I do is I say, here's the facts, here's what I suggest, but, and I'm negating my own statement, how do you feel? I use an emotional word, feel. And I think that's important, because what I've just done is said, here's the facts. These are not opinions, these are facts based on my experience and my research. But how do you feel about that? Turns out most people do feel that they want to follow the facts and the research as opposed to just their emotions, if provided with someone who is confidently and efficiently providing them that with that information. So that's the first thing that comes to mind. But as far as what I talk about how I feel, absolutely. But I would say here's what makes it interesting when you're talking about a masculine frame. When I talk about how I feel, it's always based on actual facts, actual logical situations. So again, knowing that feminine energy is chaos, conflict, and emotional turmoil, and masculine energy is calm, stability, logical solutions. I have emotions, but they're rooted in me finding access to being calm, me finding access to being stable, and me having access to logical solutions. From there, my emotions arise, as opposed to my emotions coming from the chaos and the conflict and the emotional turmoil. So for example, when I am in a chaotic situation, what are my emotions? Are my emotions, oh no, this is crazy, No, that would be a feminine response to chaos. A masculine response is, okay, instead of feeling that anxiety and fear, I feel, okay, here's an opportunity for me to be in charge of this. And I'm gonna do this by being the calm person in the room, the stable person in the room, the designated driver of the room. And I'm going to figure out a logical solution to this, and I'm going to act on it. And I'm gonna ultimately do my best to recruit other people to join me in this, while the other people freak out that the sky is falling. Now, am I feeling emotions in that? Absolutely. But even how I would describe it, I would probably say something like, is I'm trying to recruit help for this logical solution, knowing that not everybody wants a logical solution. Some people want to remain in that feminine energy, but the people who want to join me in masculine energy, whether it's male or female, because I'm very clear that masculine energy is for both female and male, and it doesn't mean that a female becomes less feminine by having that masculine energy. I've talked about that before in a video that I just recorded a couple minutes ago. But ultimately, I would use emotional language to say something like this. Here's what I'm seeing as the problem. Here's what I'm seeing as the solution. I feel this is what we should do. In fact, I'm going to do it. You're welcome to join me. I'm inviting you to join me in this logical solution, and we can take care of this. Teamwork will do it. Again, whether that's male or female in that group that's agreeing to join me, what I'm doing is I'm asserting my leadership, but I'm doing it in a Sigma way. Because I'm not saying, here's what you have to do. I'm saying, I'm doing it. This makes sense. I feel that this is the best thing to do. So yeah, I absolutely use emotional language, but I'm always got it tandem to something very direct, very stable, and very calm. Now, as far as me going around and talk, like for example, I'll give you an example. This past week, I saw another guy, a neighbor that I see when on my walks, and he's like, "Hey man, how are you doing?" To which I said, "Well," and I was telling him about how I'm in the process of a move and we're dealing with different contractors, and I said, "You know what? How do I feel? I feel like when this is all over, things are going to be great. But right now, I'm going through it, and that's where I'm at." So that's how I answered his question. I was honest and I was direct with him that, hey, I'm in chaos right now, but ultimately my response is, but I'm overcoming it, and I know that I will earn my way out of it eventually, and I can appreciate that. What I didn't say is, "Oh, I'm so stressed. Life is crazy right now. What am I going to do? Oh, I'm just so stressed out." No, that would be a feminine response. I was able to answer another man and tell him, "Hey, I'm going through something right now, but I'm a man and I'm in control of it and I'm getting through it. It's not going to get the best of me." That's ultimately what I said. So I think what I tend to do is, even when I'm talking about my emotions, I don't necessarily label my emotions. I basically describe to the person, "I'm going through this, but I'm gonna get through it and I'm gonna overcome it." Because I'm looking at, ultimately, here we go, I'm looking at abundance mindset. I'm looking at the future, I'm looking at what I do have, and I'm looking at what I can control. As opposed to scarcity mindset, looking at the past, or even sometimes the present, what you don't have and what you can't control. So I think that's the best way to answer this question. As far as me using emotional language, I'm still looking at an abundance mindset versus scarcity, and I'm still looking at a masculine energy versus a feminine energy. I recognize that emotions exist, but just like the 7 deadly sins, I'm looking to be in control of them versus them being in control of me. Your comments belong right here.